In this video, I'll take you through this alternate build using 3 Creator 3-in-1 medieval castle sets. This build is basically a way of integrating the 3 official builds that LEGO provided for this set. So I'll be explaining all the details, all the changes and all the add-ons I've made to make this integration possible. But first I want to show you the starting point of this build early in the week and all the pieces that I had to work with and the 3 official builds that LEGO provided. And then afterwards we'll return to this finished build and then we'll do a walkthrough. So let's get started. Okay, so this is earlier in the week. So basically I wanted to first show you what I have to work with, what my starting point is basically, and what my key criteria will be for this build. So I've done the 3 main builds that LEGO provides with the 3 sets. So this is the primary build, the self-contained sort of castle. Like this, it's this one here, this first instruction book. But you can see here in this instruction book there's a green dragon. I didn't do this green dragon because I want to sort of focus on the architectural aspects of this build. So I left that out and kept the green pieces for maybe landscaping or something. But I did do the well. There's like a little well for this build. And then, so it's like a self-contained castle, and it does, you can close it up into a square castle or you can separate it out like that. It does turn. And then there's the second build, which is like a windmill wall section. So it's like a windmill, and then there's like the wall, and then there's like a shop on the outside of the wall, and like a little waterway through it. And then these are the side builds, like it's like an armory shop and some kind of tree. And here, this is so there's the secondary build is this one here. So these are the extra builds and stuff like that. And the final build is this tower. So this tower has an extra build, which is a trebuchet. So I built a trebuchet in case maybe there's some invaders or something that might be useful. I'll just quickly show you here. So here, there's the tower build. So I've done all 3. And then my criteria is that I want to combine all 3 of these builds together without altering it too much, like the main build. Like somehow combine it together, but not alter the look of it too much. So like the pieces that I have left over from building these 3, it will be mainly how used to connect them basically. Because I wanted to make it so that it's immediately recognizable that this is the 3-in-1 medieval castle set. Instead of doing something completely different, like taking it apart and do something completely different. But at the moment they do join each other. There's like bar and clip pieces here. If you can, this one is easy to see here. So you see this bar and clip pieces here, like the clip here, and they do articulate, and they can connect to like clip pieces and bar pieces at other sections of the 3 build. So they can be combined at the moment, but when you combine them, you can't really do like it's not really a squared or rectangular kind of look. It's a bit wonky. I'll show you now what it looks like when it's combined. So here I've combined them together now, with the bar and clip connection points. So we have the main build, the gatehouse, connected to the windmill wall section here, which is in turn connected to the tall tower, and then which is connected back to the main build. But as you can see, it's like, for some reason you can't really do a right angle kind of, like angular rectangle kind of thing. Like there's always going to be like some part that's like off-centered somehow. I mean, I guess it's okay for play. If you're going to play with it, it doesn't really matter. But to do like a scene or whatever, or diorama or things like that with it, it's a little bit, it's not very useful to be like this, for planting down onto like a scene, basically. So I wanted to do something different with this. So just to quickly show you what I have to work with, because when you buy 3 of these sets and do these 3 builds, you're going to have quite a lot of pieces left over for some reason. So I've sorted them out roughly. So this is the white pieces and tan pieces. I've grouped them together like this. And these are the black pieces, and these are the sort of technical type of pieces. Here I've sorted the dark grays. So we have the bricks. There's quite a lot of bricks there. Slope pieces and stud on the side bricks. And there's a lot of panels left over. Like there's a lot of panels used in this set, and these are all the leftover ones. Even after building all of that, I still have like, what's that, like 20, 30, about 20 panels or something. It's quite a lot. And then there's the plates and tiles. I've grouped them together like that. There's quite a lot of these ball joint pieces, which I don't know if I can use because they're for the dragon, the articulation and the dragon's body. These are all the reddish browns left over. So like we have a door left, and these are the pieces used in the water wheel, but also like the rounded windows on the tower. So they can be used for, they have two purposes to them. These are the special pieces. We have the reds and the trans clear sort of types of pieces, like the fire pieces and all that. These are vegetation mainly. These are all the like miscellaneous stuff, so like crates, chains, weapons, barrels, fruits and veg, and food and stuff like that. This is like, there's really a lot of these light grays, light bluish grays. Yeah, you can see here, like, it's quite a lot left there. Bricks. These are snot bricks and slopes, and also like some arch. These are plates and tiles and modified plates. These are the big plates. We have a lot of reddish brown plates, some tan left, a lot of dark tan plates, and then these will be landscaping plates. And then there's the last one here. We have a lot of yellows left, green slope pieces, and dark blue slope pieces, and tiles. So these will be roofing, this will be some kind of landscaping, and this will be like residential or commercial buildings. So yeah, as you can see, there's really a lot of pieces left over from this build. Like, really a lot. I'm quite surprised by how much is left over. So I actually have quite a lot to work with here. But yeah, I'll mainly be using that for, you know, the rest of the wall section, and like somehow using the plates to keep the different segments connected to each other and like, you know, rigid and all that. Because right now, you know, they're, you know, flimsy and flexible and all that. So I want to make them a bit more rigid. And yeah, so that's the goal here. So as you saw earlier, there was quite a lot of pieces left from the build to use for this alternate build. And I estimate that I used about 80 to 90% of the pieces. Like the leftover pieces that are remaining, I'll show you in a bit. But first, let's do like an overview look of the changes I've made. So first, starting at the side build, the tree and the well is still the same. But this trebuchet, I did a little add-on here. It's like a little pin to hold it in place, because before you had to wind it up and then let go of it, right? And that didn't really make much sense to me. I think like to be more accurate, it should have like some kind of holder, right? Because like when you see in the historical like movies and stuff, they chop like the rope or do some kind of release for it to release. So that's basically what I did there. And then the main builds I kept pretty much the same, because I wanted the set to be like, you know, this build to be immediately recognizable by people like looking at this. You know, when they see it, they would immediately recognize that this is the medieval castle set. But basically the changes that I've made is this wall section here, plus this tower, because the amount of towers that came in the 3 builds, there wasn't enough to do like a squared off sort of a concave kind of build. And then also like on this wall section is I did this house as well. So it's this wall, this house, this tower, and then coming around here in the main build, this water wheel house, it looked like the Lord's residence because of the, you know, the interior, like the seat and things like that. It looked like quite royal and stuff like that. So I thought that I should integrate this part, this house, with the tower, because this tower, I wanted it to be like the keep of the castle. And so therefore, you know, I think like this house, the residence of the Lord, should be integrated with the keep. So I used pieces to integrate it together into like a sort of like a closed off area here, like down here. So I'll show you, like this is just a quick overview first. And then over here, I used the Technic pieces to do this sort of like a port area for the castle. Because I imagine this castle to be like, sort of like a riverside or lakeside or something like that kind of castle. And therefore, it would be like, its focus here would be on, you know, trade and things like that. So I did this little like a boat crane loading thing. So like the build, the technique is quite similar to the trebuchet, you know, with the spinning thing and winding up the chain. But instead of it like operates this lever here, it's like a pivot, bringing the chest here up and down, basically. So it's like a way of loading and offloading boats, basically. And then I also made an add-on to this shop space here. This shop space is from the set. Then I did like a little add-on here to expand it. And then, yeah, so the main like parts are basically the same. But yeah, the pieces are mainly used to sort of, I replaced some parts like to join it together properly and to make it like, you know, the walkways join up and things like that. So yeah, now we'll do like a more detailed look. So starting at the gatehouse area, I've added a bit of detail here, which is these weapon and armor racks for the guard. There's another one here, you can see. So it's like it holds like a bow and like a piece of armor for the guard to use. Maybe you can see like this angle here. Actually, just let me quickly remove this flag piece. So it's like a little rack kind of build for each, you know, each point where the guard would be stationed at. You know, this tower and this tower here. And then down here, you can see there's like another armor rack down here. And then also this square piece here and this support structure down here. These are the add-ons I made because before when you folded this, the position of this tower is around out here, right? Because it's like a hinge here. But then when you flip it out, there's like a gap here. So I basically completed that gap so that the walkway continues around. This is the inside of the house, because like most of the builds in this set, it's like you know, it's like open for play functions and things like that. So I thought like the house I would do it open as well. So there's just like an extra house, and that's like the bedding, and then there's like some fireplace there. As you can see, there's like a fireplace in there on both levels, the bottom and the top level. So I used some transclear orange pieces for the flame in there. And then that's the top of the chimney there, you can see. Yeah, that's the chimney, that's the fireplace, and there's just like some bedding. And then like also I wanted to integrate, like have a way on that side for the guards to get up to the wall. So like this house has like the steps integrated. And then the door is on this side here, you can see the door there. So this is the other side from just now. As you can see, like that windmill there, it has like that open plan kind of, that wall is missing for play features. So that's why this house, I did the other side open as well. And also, you know, due to limited pieces, so this really helps a lot with the conserving pieces, doing it this way. As you can see here, these are the vines that grew out from like the moat and is crawling up the wall. Basically, that's the idea I'm going for here. Using the green dragon pieces. And yeah, so because this location is like riverside, right, or lakeside, something like that. So therefore, they would like dig like a moat from the continuation of the river up to this side and the gatehouse side. So that's the idea basically. So like the water here is kind of still. It's not like the lake water or the river water. So that's why there's like some growth happening here. So it's like to give it like a marshy kind of feel on this side. You know, also with the focusing on the olive green pieces here, the slope pieces. And then there's the tower. I did the tower similar to the other tower over here from the windmill wall section build. So I just went like I just basically copied it and did another one here. And there's also a weapon rack up here as well. So now I'll try to get a look inside the Lord's residential area. So there's the falcon that belongs to the Lord here. He's just chilling there on the weapons rack. Let me try to get a good angle here. Yeah, you see that walkway there? So this guy is supposed to be the Lord, basically. And then he's standing on this walkway here, which joins from this level of the tower to the inside of that water wheel house. You can see there, like it runs into there where that fire piece is. It's a bit dark in there, but yeah, so it joins up there, and then he can walk down to the blacksmith area from this door. So he comes out this door, right? And then he walks down these steps here, you can see some steps here. So this is basically the sun. Like this story I'm going with here is that the lord of this of this castle is like his profession is like blacksmithing. So he provides the weapons and armors to the Black Falcon faction. So that's like his main focus of trade, basically. That's why the blacksmith is sort of inside the keep and his residence. So he likes to do some work on on building these weapons himself. So that's him there, and then here's like one of the sons. Because the set comes with one of these blacksmiths, right? So because with the 3 sets I have 3 blacksmiths. So this is basically the story I'm going with. Yeah, so down there is this blacksmith. It's basically the same. I didn't change anything, but I did, like, as you can see there, here, I did like a little wall here. There's like the little wall section here, just underneath that walkway. So up here, that's the first son, doing the blacksmith there. Then underneath here, you can see this guy here. He's the second son, so he's in charge of selling the armor pieces. So I thought I'd make this port area here like the commerce hub of this castle, basically. So when ships come in, they can start trading straight away after they've unloaded or loaded from their ship. And then the third son is basically the captain of the guards. He's up here, so he's like the captain of the guards. He's got his falcon there, so he's probably like the eldest son or something like that. And the middle child is the one selling the armor, and the youngest one is at the blacksmith all the way back there, over there. And then I've made some changes to just a little bit of touching up of this area here. So here, like at the top of this staircase, I tiled it off with the remaining tiles from the set, and then just to make it look a bit more grand. So there's like 2 guards guarding the main keep. I used the dark orange pieces there, remaining tiles, to make it look like the wooden platform before entering the keep, basically. There we go, that's a good angle of it. And then also, because there's a few plate pieces left, so I just like to suggest that this bit is like a bit of an island coming out, like the moat comes this way, it doesn't like cross directly here, it comes out a bit this way, so that there's some area here for the port. So basically this bit of the port is well protected, because it's like within the confines of the moat, basically. Because as you can see here, the moat, it comes this way, and then it would come out and join the river here, and the river would be here on this side, and then it will join up to continue around here to complete this port. So here's a side-by-side look of the port loading crane and the trebuchet, because they have a similar mechanism. It's like, like this thing, you just wind it up like this, right? The chain spins and wraps up here before being released. I went with the same idea here. So like you can see, like this is similar sort of function, but except here it's connected to this pivot here. So like I would have preferred if like all of this was in reddish brown, but obviously because it's like an alternate build, so I couldn't do anything about that. But what I'll be doing for next week is that I'll be doing a diorama, basically, for this build. So it's going to be like a castle diorama, and I will be making some sort of minor changes to this build using my own pieces for this diorama, but I won't be changing it so much that it will be unrecognizable. So, but yeah, I wanted to clean things up and like change this crane here to like a wooden look. And also add I'm thinking of adding a function where it's it's rotatable. So this right now I can lift up and down, right? But I wanted to also rotate and have maybe a horse-drawn mechanism to spin it or something like that. Like something kind of realistic and feasible for medieval times. And yes, I'll be doing changes like that, and cleaning up things like landscaping, and obviously completing the port area. So this will be like a full deck and things like that. And then you may have noticed the Viking boat back there. So that will also be included in this diorama. So let me show you how it's going to be laid out. So as you can see here, this is the 3-in-1 creative Viking ship set. So as you can see, this crane is the perfect size for it. Like, you know, you can load up and down into this boat, and it's like, you know, it fits in there quite well. Like the scaling is pretty good for this. So yeah, so I'll be doing like, you know, like the theme here is that, you know, the Vikings here are like in alliance with the Black Falcons, and therefore they're trading together and things like that. Like I'll be making a bit of changes to this boat as well, because obviously when it's in port, like the mast here can't, like this sail obviously can't be like opened like that, right? Because then it's gonna get blown by the wind. So I'll probably change that with the cloth piece from the Black Seas Barracuda, because they have the same color scheme, you know, the red and white stripes. So I'll probably do like a rolled up, you know, sail from the Black Seas Barracuda here, and then, you know, change this mast piece to accommodate that. So another change that I'll have to make for this crane, for it to be a bit, you know, have like to have it swing more, because like right now the lift is quite small, like, you know, the movement, is that I have to change this Technic piece here, this point of the pivot, to this three-way one with the axle, because then if like this is joined in here, if it's joined in about here, then as you can see, this bit will run out at a more like, there's a bigger angle basically from this piece to this piece. So therefore, like the distance that this can be, you know, the circumference of this circular movement here will be greater. So then like this swinging function here should be bigger. So that, you know, it's a bit more obvious that's actually lifting the crate up. So that plus the spinning feature, you know, the horse-drawn rotation feature, I think should make this like a useful kind of port crane that is suitable for the medieval times, I think. I'll also be doing like, so it's going to be like a little siege kind of scene. So the front here, it's going to be some lion knights, and they'll be sieging this castle. That's why I kept this trebuchet. Like, you know, I was quite insistent on keeping this trebuchet and not taking it apart to do like, because I could have done quite a lot with these reddish brown pieces, but yeah, I wanted the lion knights to use this trebuchet as a way of sieging this castle, basically. And yeah, so they'll be somewhere at the front here. So judging by like the size of this thing right now, because this tabletop here, it's just slightly under 48 by 48 grade base plates, the big ones. So therefore, I think I will need to do 6. So the front, I'll probably need 2 more for the lion knights, like a camp or whatever. And then the rest of it will be this castle, and then this port area, and like, you know, some water features here and there. So yeah, that'll be the build for this. And, you know, being 6 gray base plates, I think I estimate the build to be around about a month. So I'll do weekly updates for this, for the build, and then, you know, I think maybe a month, we'll see how it goes. And then lastly, I just want to do a quick comparison for this castle with the Lion Knights castle, just so that you can get like an understanding of the scale of this castle, because it's actually pretty big. Like, it came out pretty big. Like, I was quite surprised by it. You know, after combining all this together, that it came out this big. So let's do a quick comparison. Okay, so space is a little bit tight on this turntable, but here's the 2 castles side by side, the medieval castle set and the Lion Knights castle set. So as you can see, it's actually pretty big. Yeah, like obviously the Lion Knights castle is a lot heftier. You know, it's a lot like thicker and more. It's really filled. But, you know, it's supposed to be like a keep, right? A keep of a castle. Like, I don't imagine this to be like a full castle. You know, it's just like the keep in the middle of the castle complex. Whereas this one here, like the ground area, you can see from this angle here, like the ground area for this is a lot larger than the Lion Knights castle. But you know, it's a lot less filled, less dense, basically. But, you know, but obviously this is a lot, like the scale of this is supposed to be smaller, right? If you compare like keep to keep, this is basically the keep of this one, and that's the whole keep of like a, you know, a imaginary larger castle. So obviously this one will be a lot lower density, but like a wider sort of area, basically. But yeah, it's pretty similar comparison actually. I'll show you now like the leftover pieces, like, so you can compare with like what I started off with in the beginning. So here are the 5 trays. So here the Technic piece. I've used up quite a few of the Technic pieces, and the black pieces and the white and tan. So yeah, I used up quite a lot, like especially this one for the port crane loading mechanism. I managed to use quite a lot of that. So these are the special colored ones, the decorative ones. So this was a green dragon one, right? Pieces, right? So I've used most of that for the vines crawling up the walls. And then this is, I've used some of it, of the reds, but not too much. And then the plate pieces, this is the water plates left now, these blue ones and one green one. So basically, like I've had to use it. Basically, the limiting factor for this build is really these plates, because you know I've obviously used up all of it. If I had more, then I could do more. But with basically no plates left, basically, because like these water ones have limited use, right? So I couldn't really make use of the remaining bricks and things like that. But as you remember, there's quite a lot of light gray, so I used up nearly all the light gray basically, because for the wall and stuff. And then here's the dark gray. So from that stack of panels, I have 4 panels left, a few snot bricks, and these ball joint pieces. I managed to use about 6 of these ball joint pieces, but then I couldn't use like the rest because I didn't know what to do with it. Oh, actually, I haven't showed you yet what I used with the ball joint. I'll show you in a second. Hold on. And then these are the blues. So I did like the roofing for the new house, and then the extension for the shop area here, right? Let me here, the shop extension here, and then the roof for like the sort of like the guard house for the port crane. So that's basically where I used most of these. And then yeah, so the green was also like for the vines, as you know, and then the yellows for the new house. So there was still some left. And then the ball joints, actually I want to show you the details of this. Here it is, the shop extension, right, that I talked about. So you can see here, there's the extension out. This is where I used the ball joint. So as you can see, like this roof here, from here down to here, like this conversion down here, it's basically all the ball joints are under here to make this angle. Like, so it's like a slightly different kind of roof from the rest of the set. So there's about 6, right? 6 ball joints lined up in here, connected to the ball socket, and then, you know, holding up this roof basically. That's where I used the ball joints. But apart from this, I couldn't really think of where else to use these ball joints. So yeah, so I just went with that. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough video of this medieval castle build. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave any comments below about, you know, things you liked or didn't like, or any suggestions you have about the ways I could, maybe changes or improvements I could make to this build. And make sure you subscribe for the upcoming diorama video of this build. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.